The following podcast is a member of the Pokecasters Network. Pokecasters Network, supporting Pokemon content creators, their shows, and the community of Pokemon fans. To find out more, check out PokecastersNetwork.com or find us on Twitter and Facebook.
Stop stalling, buddy. Come on, just hit record. Let's go. Come on, let's do this. Let's go. Let's just go. Oh, we're recording. Okay.
Yeah, did you hit record?
I did. All I'm saying is our tangent should be limited to 8 minutes, I think. What's a Hall of Fame speech? It's like 7 or 8 minutes or something like that for the intro. Limit our things to single-digit minute tangents, and I think we'll be okay. Hello everyone, welcome to Not a Scratch, the only podcast that believes that Scratch is an overpowered move. I am your host, your PM, your DM, your GM, Anirudh himself, and with me here, still laughing about what happened last week.
It's me, Mohammed. Anirudh, do not joke, I will go into a giggle loop. And over to my right is someone who can't tell the difference between some of their dice and some of their other dice, which is really problematic when they need to pull out a very specific die.
Wait, which is the one that I need to roll? Is it the flat one with 2 faces?
Yeah, that's the one, the D2.
The flat one.
Alright, I'm Daisy. Here we go.
The flat one.
Insert coin flipping sound here.
Who's it in this? I am? There's
no
shot this coin flip.
In last week's little intro, I actually did, or last week's, a few days ago intro, I actually made the joke about Daisy having I think I said like a nickel-sized D2.
Right. Yep.
And it just got completely ignored. So I'm glad it made the rounds. I'm glad it came back.
This is why you listen to all the intros, bro, because it's all interconnected web of chaos and other things like that. Speaking of chaos,
Sonic?
That one. There we go. Welcome everyone to this show. That's the chaos. Welcome to what is maybe the finale. I'm editing this episode, so you will know if it's a finale if these words are still being said. Or if the title says finale.
I was going to say the title usually just says finale. That's how they know.
Right, it's something along those lines. Anyway, welcome to maybe the finale, maybe not. Welcome to a great episode nevertheless. How are you two doing on this fine, good old day?
I'm ready to get off on some more tangents and laugh for like 45 minutes, so let's see.
So how about no?
I pulled a Daisy and woke up stupid early, and now I'm regretting all my life choices.
That's fun. We could also ask I'm not blaming him, I'm crediting him for the chaos that happened last episode. Mansoor, who was scheduled to be here, not in attendance. I believe what's currently happening is that he and I are having a feud similar to Kimmel and Damon, where one of us insists on being on the other's thing and just always getting cut for time, and now he's flipped that on me, so he's not even bothering to show up.
He was cut for time last episode.
He was
literally.
You would know, Daisy. But shout out to Mansoor all the same, despite his frequent absenteeism at these particular meetings.
Anirudh, not to tangent, but Kimmel. But you said you're feuding like who?
Like Kimmel and Damon.
That's over
Matt
my
Damon.
Head. That's a very specific bit of TV lore that I am not aware of.
Sorry, this is right up my alley. It's also a fake feud that's existed for like 20 years, but
well, I mean, as all the late night bits are.
Right. But it's a fun one.
Speaking of bits, that's all that happened last time. Should we dive in?
Right.
Speaking
Honestly,
of late night bits.
There is, for all of you, I know the finale would be the one episode where we kind of give like an actual summary of what happened last time or previously. No. You have to listen to the last episode. I'm not giving you a summary. Neither Mohammed nor Daisy are giving you a summary. You listen to that last episode because it is possibly the greatest piece of media published in 2023.
Just look at Anirudh's Discord name and you got the catch up.
Whoa.
I said possible.
No. There's been some great media this year. We're not up there in terms of just general media. In terms of audio, in terms of audio only media, sure, I'll allow it.
I mean, also maybe in terms of
pound for
ethics.
pound basis, this is the greatest player of all time. This is the AI of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon podcasting.
A Pokemon Mystery Dungeon podcast, sure, yeah, I'll grant you that. But pound for pound media in 2023, there's been some great media this year.
Right, they're also heavy as heck. This is megabytes. Those are terabytes.
No, gigabytes.
I don't know. I'm trying to overreact to like Baldur's Gate 3.
No, bagel bites.
Bagel bites. That's it. That's the real reality.
Yeah, listen. Pound for pound, we got nothing on bagel bites.
I'm not putting ourselves in that territory. I'm just saying.
I mean, I can take pound for pound bagel bites. I don't know about you two.
I mean, well, all I'm saying is pound for pound, bagel bites are better than us.
I just need a large enough oven.
Well, yeah, exactly. No, I'm very happy. I'm very happy with pound for pound bagel bites as opposed to pound for pound us. I'm with you on this, Daisy. I'll go get a Costco bag right now.
I can eat a lot of bagel bites. That's what I'm saying.
Daisy's like, the point is, I can consume bagel bites, and I want that to get through everybody's head. All right. There would be a summary, but you know what? Yeah, you have to listen to the last episode because it's great. It's fantastic. You should listen to it. Plus, not really much happened. The guys got stuck at a gate and then met an old friend. Speaking of old friends, we're about to meet them once again as we are about to get ready to do the thing. Are we good to do the thing?
I thought I was about to have a dream.
I'm assuming that's a yes. So, let us do the thing. Anyway, so last time we were falling asleep.
Am I having a dream or what?
Right. You did a roll for no reason, which is, I think, what I want this show to be. We're breaking all the standard rules of D&D of like roll when asked. No, roll when you feel like it. I'll decide whether or not it matters. Sure. Why not? I believe you had a full success, right?
I had a 17.
You did. Also because I'm glad my sheet reminded me because I did forget. We did roll in the post-game show for berry updates, which Daisy rolled a 9, which means that they're roughly halfway. They're getting their Chorin berries, if I'm not mistaken, the Chesto Orin combo.
Whoa! The berries are halfway there.
They're halfway there. I'm singing a song from a Nickelodeon show and messing up the words. All right. So, where is my clock? There is.
It's night. It's nighttime. That's all you need to know. It's nighttime.
It is, but I need the date because it being the end of an arc, maybe.
Well, it was a very important date last time.
Yeah, it was like August 20th.
The 24th or something, because there was the
24th
thing
night right now. Yep.
Where they were doing the thing in the water with the thing, and then I was like waving and in the water, and then
Daisy, you're summarizing the episode.
The summary didn't happen.
It's okay. We already dove in. We can summarize the episode now.
No,
right,
Rose dove in.
The thing's water stuff. I left the option open to you. Muhammad, not blatantly, strongly refused.
Vehemently.
Vehemently, that's the word I'm looking for. Vehemently refused. Daisy decided to go for it. Daisy, I believe you had a full success. I don't remember the exact number.
It was a 17.
17. Shout out to you guys for remembering things.
I mean, I literally just listened to it, so.
Oh, that would help.
I genuinely just, I don't know why I'm good with numbers. I don't know why. I'll remember.
I also said it a minute ago.
Well, yeah, but like, had you not said it, I was gonna say 17. I swear, I promise. I don't remember details. I remember numbers.
So Daisy, we all go to bed. You're at your friend's house. You're in a spare room as I accidentally maybe break my glasses. So he's back on, and we go to sleep. Muhammad, Kyle, you have a nice, calm, cool sleep. Nothing too extraordinary with you. Rose, you go to bed. Wake up. How best to describe it? You wake up in a field. Let's say that. Yeah, why not? That's a different way to describe it. It accomplishes the same purpose. You wake up in a field.
It appears that I have woken up in a field.
Way to go, Daisy.
This is strange. It is so
is.
flat. No mountains
It
at
is.
all. Very
Right.
unusual.
It's also, got none of the nightmare things, no hoopas, no giant mountains, no slight thunderclouds. This is calm. This is cool. Might be
For
the best dream we've
once,
had in
no
like a month.
nightmares.
It's the Windows XP background minus the hills.
Honestly, yes. That's a decent explanation of what I'm thinking of right now.
Can I try
You
to
flash
fly?
back to 2001, and Windows XP is the rage. Everybody's got those giant computers, keyboards that make clocking sounds not for style, but because of necessity.
My keyboard
can
was
I-
not that loud. Also, Daisy wants to fly.
Can I try and fly?
Can you try and fly? You can attempt to fly. You are unsuccessful, meaning this is a vision, which is honestly good vision. So far, so good.
I just go, oh no.
It's like, I feel like,
Finally, a good dream.
Ah.
I'm gonna fly. Aww. And then I just look up at the sky and say, alright, what do you got for me?
Anirudh, you see an Audino in a field staring directly into your soul. What do you do?
You feel a tap on your shoulder.
I look behind me.
And what you see behind you is your old pal. It's your friend. It's the one that brought you into this mess, for better or for worse.
Old Man Smithers?
Oh, I just wanted to hear what guess you would have for this, and I'm so glad it's someone like Old Man Smithers. It's not Old Man Smithers. It's Meloetta.
Oh. I think, how close is Meloetta to me when I turn around?
You could give them a handshake.
Okay, I think I'm shocked at how close they are, and I fall back on
They
the
look
ground.
they look
and I'm
slightly like concerned, and then
oh,
stick out their hand to like, hey, you okay? They give that sort of feel. They don't say anything though.
hello. Long time no see, I guess, or no dream. And I
Meloetta
put up my
nods, like-
hand to see if they'll help me up.
Yeah, they stick out their hand and pull you up. And Meloetta nods, giving off this feeling like, yeah, it has been a long time.
So, how you been? How's the kids? How's work? Cook anything cool lately?
So how you ask how work has been? Meloetta gives off this facial expression like, "Oh, work, yeah, that's a thing." And then when you say, "Did you cook anything?" Meloetta pulls out from behind, seemingly out of the infinite, emptiness of space, pulls out a plate with a cake on it, and it's like, "Ta-da!"
Cool. Okay. Does it look like it is a quality made cake?
I rolled for it. I got a 19. It is a quality cake.
Wow. Okay, man. I wish you would have hung out with me earlier. I could have used you in the bakery. We gotta
nods
talk
like,
once
yes.
this thing is all over.
Meloetta gives off the impression like, look, if my work wasn't my work, I would happily work at your bakery. As they're sitting here with like a plastic knife and fork and like cutting a piece of the cake, like offering, like, you want a piece?
I do. I take a piece.
Give me a cake that would be a 19 out of 20 on a die. To you specifically. This could be the Rose to Daisy. I don't. Up to you. What's a top tier cake?
I think it is a. Oh gosh, there's so many different options, but I think it's a lemon cake with a layer of raspberry jam in between like 2 layers of cake, and then there is like a hint of like a mix of citrus buttercream icing around it.
Oh my gosh, that's nice.
But then when when the pieces come out, Rose pulls out a little piping bag full of raspberry icing. And
You're just adding your own.
and puts a little flour on each of the pieces that are cut to bump it up to a 20.
I think Meloetta just cuts like 2 pieces of the cake, puts them on separate plates that again appear out of nowhere, hands one of them to you, and as you're doing this, you're like, let me just, let me add a little bit on this.
Just a little flair. Actually, instead of like a flower, I think I make like a little musical note that is like mimicking Meloetta in some way, because
you can
I always add a little legendary flair to my pastries.
You can see Meloetta noticing the note, instantly approves. Just like, yep, that's it.
That's what I was missing.
And then Meloetta starts chowing down, just like, ooh, foods. Nom nom nom.
I think I also do, and in between bites, like, yeah, this is really good. Yeah, I like the subtle hints of flavor here. You did a really good job mixing this jam. And then I'm just like, so, what's the deal here? Like, I know I'm supposed to be doing something, finding these items and stuff.
Meloetta nods again, like, yep, you got it.
And I got one, and I like mimic the horn.
Meloetta applauds like a golf clap.
There was a fish in there.
Meloetta's like, you could see the expression is like a fish. Oh, that fish, yeah.
But like, what am I supposed to be doing?
Okay, so I am asking this. Are you asking in general? What am I supposed to be doing, or what am I supposed to be doing next, or how am I supposed to assist Kyle in what seems like Kyle's adventure through the great state of America? That sort of feel.
I mean, so this whole journey so far has been, I mean, relatively short. So considering, but
Right, yeah.
a very wild whirlwind of just like, all right, we gotta find these items. We're on a boat. I get dumped in a mansion. We know we're supposed to be going to this other one. Just like, how am I supposed to find the rest of them? Like, I'm just kind of here. Everyone seems to be knowing, like, getting the action going. And I'm just
I think
following along.
I think Meloetta, again, still has not said a word yet, but like gestures to you, and how best to describe this? Kind of gestures to you, and then puts a hand up, imagine like your hand pressed against a wall, how it's flat like that. Meloetta effectively sticks their hand up and then shows you that, as if to say this should mean something to you, like doing this specifically.
I mimic their hand.
And as you do so, you start to see what effectively like pink sparks coming out of your hand. Sparks, flares, maybe is a better word to use.
Huh.
But that pops out of your hand. Meloetta's hand does not have that.
Okay. What just happened?
Meloetta, I think, in only a way Meloetta can, simulates what we in the real world know as a Kamehameha, but effectively they just kind of stick their hands together and then like points outwards. And then gestures like, you do that, you do that.
I mimic the action.
And when you do that, again, to use a different show, because I could have done that instead, but decided against it, what pops out of your hands is a tiny Rasengan ball of like, in your case, I think it would probably be this sort of like pinkish, not like a hot pink, a cool pink, if that's a thing, like a colder pink, small ball. It's maybe the size of like a ping pong ball, maybe. But that pops out of your hands and kind of flutters a bit before it just disappears.
Okay, what is that? What just happened?
Meloetta points at you, like, kind of like gesture to you, like, you know what that is. It's the thing. And like, Meloetta's like, come on, you're right there.
What? I'm not Naruto.
Meloetta face palms like, oh, brother.
I don't even know who Naruto is.
Neither do I.
Is this like, is this like a move?
Nope, not a move.
Is this
Meloetta
like...
again points to you, like, it's you.
That's me.
It's your special thing.
So when I do that, I am the ball?
Meloetta's like trying to figure
do it
out,
again.
If I could get words out of my mouth, this would be so much easier.
I don't know. Maybe I give them the piping bag and say write it on the cake.
I think, yeah, that's probably the best idea. Meloetta, like, grateful that there's some version of a pencil, writes on this cake, which is now looking like some sort of like Pac-Man figure. Kind of writes in tiny letters because Meloetta knows they might have to use this cake again for more paper and pencil. Starts to write just in small letters the word aura, and then points at you again.
Okay.
And all of this is to answer that question before of like, what am I supposed to do? And Meloetta is trying to answer that with the word aura and your thing, because at least to Meloetta, it sounded like you were asking, like, okay, what is my purpose on this group?
Yeah.
And Meloetta is attempting to connect the fact that you have this aura thing.
What does this ball do, though?
Meloetta again points to the word aura, as if to say it's not. The ball doesn't do anything except show others that you have that aura thing, right? You're not a Lucario or a Pokemon that can learn Aura Sphere per se, unless I change the system dramatically or like hack Audino, which I'm not ruling out of the question if you really want to. But at the very least, it's like a sign for anybody else to say, "Oh, you have aura powers because you just shot soul out of your hand effectively." So it doesn't really have a purpose beyond that. But to answer your question, Meloetta's like, that's your special thing. In this group, everybody has their own special thing, right? Adam, the Alakazam, is sort of the thinker, the one that's putting the pieces together. Kyle is the one that's actually going out and doing things. Mrs. Quagmire is the historian. Sandoran's a historian. And so on and so forth. Everybody has their own shtick, whether or not they realize it, whether or not it's been explained. Each member of this team has, quote-unquote, been selected for a reason. Your reason is the aura stuff, which is some power that, at least from Meloetta's perspective, is like, this is something that is rare, special, and you can do really well, even if you don't know it yet. Meloetta somehow says all that with the word aura and then various different gestures.
I mean, I guess it's implied, but I'm just like, okay, but I don't know how to use it.
Meloetta thinks, like, is going through their head of, like, how... No, I think Meloetta first has, like, this expression, like, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, yeah. You know you have it, but that's about it. Like, thinks. Light bulb goes over their head. They grab they grab... What was it called again? In my head, the word is frosting maker, which is definitely not the word.
Piping bag?
Piping bag, thank you very much.
Frosting
Can you tell I
maker.
baked 0?
I like it, though. I like the frosting maker. That's
Grab
probably what
the-
Rose calls her piping bag.
Grabs the piping bag, aka frosting maker, and then writes underneath the word aura, writes the word teacher, and then points to that.
I'm supposed to share this?
No, Meloetta shakes her head no, but points to you, and then goggles, teacher.
Goggles?
Like, does like a goggles symbol, or a binocular symbol. Like, points to you, binocular symbol, teacher.
Oh, I'm looking for a teacher?
Bam, got it. Meloetta's like, yes, I got this. I can speak to people without a voice.
Huh. This is just like an aside question, because Rose probably wouldn't know, which is why I haven't really been asking, but is Meloetta supposed to have a voice, or is that just how Meloetta is?
I'm pretty sure I have kept this the same every time Meloetta has shown up.
Right. Well, no. I know
again,
for that. I'm in general, because this is how Meloetta's been since showing up.
Yeah, Meloetta
Out
has
of
not,
game context, I guess.
out of game in this universe so far. Meloetta has not said a word.
Okay.
Whether that's for a specific reason or Meloetta just doesn't talk is one of the many mysteries of the Outcast region that may or may not be solved. / I'm still trying to find a proper reason for it. So cough, quick, etc.
Mostly, I was just trying to see if it was like an aerial situation.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I think.
But if Meloetta as a character just doesn't have a voice, that's fine too. I was just wondering if it was actually like a character thing, or if it was supposed to be like a go find my voice thing. Because there's people who don't speak. That's fine.
Right. I think as long as you've known Meloetta. Well, now I'm trying to remember, because I think in the early parts I maybe had Meloetta speak. Since you joined the recruits, I'm pretty sure Meloetta has not spoken.
Okay.
Whether that's for a reason or not is to Rose up in the air.
I think the only thing that Meloetta had like spoken previously was just being like, "It's not your time," and it was unclear whether that was Meloetta speaking or not.
Okay.
Because that was in the like memory of when I saw Meloetta.
Right. But at the very least, Rose, I think, would know Meloetta has not spoken, and probably not questioned that at this point.
But that's fine. I mean, Rose wasn't questioning it. Me, as a player, was like,
Daisy's like, I was.
"Are you trying to drop a hint of something? Because am I supposed to actually know Meloetta lore?" But I don't.
No, this has nothing.
Yeah.
This is a
Cool.
this is a me thing. This isn't real
Cool.
Meloetta.
That's just what I was checking.
Yeah.
Um.
Anyway, yeah, goggles, Meloetta fist bumping, teacher, ta-da, you figured it out. You need to find a teacher.
Okay, I guess that helps.
Melowoda's like nodding, like yes, it will help a lot. Melowoda gives off the impression that they know a lot about aura powers, but they don't have aura powers, so they couldn't help you even if they wanted to. But Melowoda's like, no, aura powers, very cool, very helpful. Would highly recommend if you're going down this path.
Am I gonna have to battle more? Is this
Melowoda-
aura stuff gonna help me with that?
Melowoda kind of gives like the balance scale sort of thing of like, well, it's up to you really. So you could leverage this aura power thing into being a better fighter, or you could leverage this aura power thing to avoiding more fights in the first place. Kind of depends on how you use it, right?
Because I haven't been too great at the whole fighting thing. I wasn't very effective against that whatever it was, big snake.
Melowoda looks at you like, big snake, what?
Mega crystal gigantosteelix.
To this, Melowoda looks completely befuddled. And this is, I think, the first time since you've ever met Melowoda that there is genuinely... Melowoda has zero idea what you're talking about. And also you see a little... you see confusion for sure. You see a little bit of, like, hesitation. Not frightened? Concerned, perhaps? But you see that flash towards Melowoda's eyes and then disappear. Replaced primarily with... Huh?
I don't know. It was just... I just, like... I think I put my hands together above my head and like do a little snake motion. That like put my arms real big like you would for a bear.
Melowoda like puts a hand up, like puts wait, and then like revert asks, like points away as if to be like, okay, wait, say that thing again. What did you say?
Big snake thing, rock, crystals.
Right. And Melowoda's like, yeah, go on.
I mean I don't know if Rose knows the actual name of Mega Crystal Steelix, but
I think Melowoda gives you the frosting maker and asks you like draw the thing.
Actually, because Steelix is segmented, I think I pull out some Poke Puffs and make the shape.
Just plop it onto the cake itself.
Yeah, and be like, it looked like that, I think.
And then Melowoda looks at it, and then do you still have the Poke Puffs out, or would you just be pulling them out of your bag?
I don't know. I mean, those ones are out.
Melowoda kind of asks, like, could I see some more Poke Puffs? Just
sure.
And I think, you hand Melowoda a handful. I think Melowoda's looking around, and then specifically pulls out one that is like a steel type Poke Puff. And the ones that you've been using have been that sort of clearish, I guess, water type one. Right? Melowoda, Melowoda's like this, holding up the steel one as would say, it's not this one that you're using, it's that one.
Yeah.
Melowoda, if possible, looks like they understand even less now, as they're just looking back and forth between these Pokepuffs like, this ain't right.
I mean, would I know the type of the thing?
I think you would know... You would probably know that the Steelix... Maybe, I don't know if you would necessarily know the Steelix is a Steelix, but you would know that coloration doesn't fit that snake.
Yeah, it was weird.
There was something different. And even if not based off of that, how Rotom acted, even more to you, how Victini and Kyle acted when seeing this creature that was definitely not normal to them, probably hit you even more. Of like, they don't recognize us either. They're the veterans in this. That's different,
Yeah.
Melowoda looks back and forth and then hands you the Poke Puffs back with this. Melowoda's doing calculations in their head, just being like, okay, well, that doesn't... The Steelix was blue, but that doesn't make sense because the Steelix is supposed to be steel. That's, like a grayish color. Just going through, like, in their head, you could see the full-on, like, chalkboard has gone up. Professor Melowoda is doing calculations, being like, all right, that doesn't... You take that, and then the summation, take the derivative of this function over here.
So if I use that little ball thing on something like that, will it help?
Melowoda thinks, shrugs. He's kind of like, ah.
All right.
Melowoda gives a thumbs up, like, but yeah, beside that, great conversation.
So, what now? Just like chill here, or what's going on?
Melowoda does what effectively is like, pulling their sleeves of their shirts up, and then just finger to the lip as if to say shh, and then just taps you on the head, and then you fall into a gentle sleep.
Oh, good night.
The next morning, It's calm, it's cool, it's collected. You two are having a nice little nap. And then you hear a banging on the door. Oi, you just gotta get out of the door, not what you think you're doing. Come on, let's go.
Huh?
Huh?
Huh? And then you wake. I presume you two wake up. And then next
Yeah.
to you, the Piplup wakes up. Heem wakes up, looking like, Gramps, put a sock in it, okay? What you think you're talking to me? I grew you. I made you. No, you didn't. You made me, Mom, and my mom made me. Yeah, why don't you try to? They're having this discussion in all sorts of different voices that are clearly not the normal voices here.
This
Good
aggressively Italian Piplup's grandpa is Irish.
Look, it makes sense, okay?
It makes sense in all of the wrong ways. Listen. All I'm saying is there are some stories that can be spun out of this one. Oh boy.
They're a well-cultured family.
Should we like?
The family is one way of putting it.
leave?
Collection of individuals. How's that?
Oh no! Listen, you misunderstood when I said family. We both meant family. We meant family in different ways.
That's true. What were you saying, Daisy?
Should we like go and leave you to this?
No, it's all right. This is whose voice is this?
I don't know.
I don't know.
can't
Who
find my
are
Boston
you?
this morning. All right, let's just find my Bronx and then try to adapt that from there. No, it's all good. Okay. We'll figure this out. You know what? Actually, you know what? Here's my excuse. It's early morning, and apparently Piplup in the early mornings accent wavers significantly. It's like how when you wake up in the morning, everyone's voice is always like an octave deeper than it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that doesn't change your accent.
Yeah, for Piplup, it just changes the accent.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, tomorrow they'll wake up.
When I wake up in the morning, I'm Aussie.
Right. Yeah, you know how it is. All right, okay, come on. Yeah, let's get up, let's get going. And you wake up in the morning. Because, why not?
I mean, we kind of sort of got work to do. So,
That's right, you do have work to do, because there is a thing that you need to do, if you would like to inform everybody, including myself, what exactly that thing that you want to do is.
we want to take... I have no simpler way of saying this than we need to take our washing machine and plug it into a Boat.
Yep, that's fair.
That's what we need to do. We need to go. We need to find a Boat. We need to plug in our washing machine and get going.
Okay.
And away you go to breakfast, presumably. And you pop into breakfast. Piplup sitting down, chewing on something. Grandpa Empoleon is sitting down there chewing on something. Piplup's older brother, the Prinplup, that Muhammad as a surfer competitor back in Arc 2.
I remember.
Chowing on something as well.
Does the Prinplup and the Empoleon have a name?
I don't believe the Prinplup has a name. I do remember I gave it a voice similar to, I think the best way to describe it is MLK giving a speech.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
Because I think they won the competition, and they gave an acceptance speech. That was me trying my hardest to emulate MLK giving a speech, effectively, like having that sort of like charismatic sort of voice.
Is this HE single IM?
Why not? We're naming old folks.
No.
Let's get it going.
No.
So it's Heem, and then the Empoleon is him.
Him or hem?
He's the originator. He is him.
He's
It's
the original.
him.
He's just the original.
No. But is he HIM or is it he M? Which is
He should be HIM, the
Okay.
original, and then you add the E for flair, and you add the I for ridiculousness, and boom, you got the trio.
okay. I see it.
All right, great. So while you guys have breakfast, I'm going to adjust my my sheet here to make sure that the names.
The names are accurately reflected.
Oh, he.
I mean, Kyle's plan actually is simple. There was morning ruckus, and Kyle was like, I think Kyle gave like a half apologetic look to our Piplup friend as we got ourselves ready and then join in for breakfast, and after breakfast, I think Kyle's gonna go to Pippa and say, thank you for your hospitality. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. It's all good. It's fine as long as others aren't making noises. Prinbub has stayed quiet this entire time. And Polion just gives like this exasperated look of a grandfather that like loves their grandchildren, but also like has half a mind to knock them upside the head at times. It's one of those.
Kyle, in the back of his mind, has a weird instinct to leer at him a chop. And so I think Kyle goes, no worries. Do you know if there are any boats that we could take out on the water today?
On the
Got any boats we
water?
could steal?
Hey, we don't steal here.
I didn't say that.
We take without asking. There's a
It was
difference.
just heavily implied.
I think
Rose hasn't learned the first rule of the family, being that you don't you use business terms here in the family. We're a proper business here,
we're a proper business here, okay? Look,
We're business folk.
we ain't saying we're gonna sleep with the fishies. We're gonna go into the water and occupy territory that the fishies used to have. Okay, there's
In the
difference.
evening time.
in the time that is after the sun goes down. I think Bilbo turns to you and is like, okay, so you're looking for a boat. What type of boat you looking for? You're looking for a fishing boat, a small like paddle boat, full scale yacht. I'll tell you right now, some of those things ain't gonna be available.
One that preferably floats on the water.
Bilbo just like snaps their flipper somehow, points at you, is like, we can do that.
Cool.
Kyle just gives like an appreciative nod, or just like, all right, thank you.
But no, like see, on specifics, like you need a thing. And Rotom kind of nudges you, like, look, I'm not saying electric would be better, but electric would be a lot better if you want me to drive this thing.
No. Kyle's just like, well, we were looking to get a bit of a ways away from the shore out into the ocean and do so rather quickly. I don't know why Kyle's all of a sudden. But here,
Kyle's like, look, I understand the
Yeah.
culture of this family. Let
Your
me try to
discretion
come
would be appreciated.
slip a $5 under the table. Your discretion. Okay, so you in the long distance boat. Who's traveling? You three? Anyone else popping aboard?
Kyle just shakes his head. No.
If you want to come along, you can.
Nah, I got festival thing to do.
You seem to have some good times with Kyle here.
Kyle is very aggressively giving Rose a kick under the table, just like, dummy.
No. We
Ow.
can't let recruit things. I think Grandpa
Just
and Polion
saying.
in their
He
various...
told me who he was. He never said who he saw.
That's true. He did say who. He did say who he was. And if this was if this wasn't another show, I'd probably give some crude response of who he saw. But I think the Grandpa and Polion listens to like all right, I gotta find some various form of Irish / Scottish / various UK version.
No, Irish specifically, my guy.
No. He's a varier. He's a varier as well. One moment Chicago, one moment. Piplup is to the U.S. as this fella is to the U.K. and Ireland. So as we vary those, I can switch between easily as opposed to involuntarily switching for Piplup. I think Empoleon just slams a flipper on the table like, pause yourself right there, laddie. Pulls a map off the table and just flings it in front of you. How far deep you think you be gone?
What?
Kyle has a good gauge of the distance that he traveled the last time, right?
Right, yeah, you would be able to roughly
Yeah.
estimate.
Kyle points, and I'm sure as Kyle points, Rose is just like, wait, what? Because Kyle has pointed, what have we said? What did we say last time? Like something like roughly like 300 units offshore?
Right.
Yeah. Kyle just like points, sticks a finger on the map right there.
Going on an adventure. Definitely not scared. I can't see the land.
Right. I don't. If you've got the map pulled up, it's great. If not, it doesn't matter. What you have effectively done, because the way that the map is laid out, you have different shades of blue by how deep it is. So, unsurprisingly, the closer it is to the land, the lighter shade it is, because it's not as deep.
The
You have
darker
gone,
areas are where we can dive.
yes, and Kyle has just pointed to, if you take the edge and just draw a straight line out to the water, has pointed to where the start of the darker area is. Again, Rose, as you so eloquently stated, it's the area where you could die, and Kyle has just pointed directly in that direction.
That's not what I said.
That is not what Daisy said.
Oh, sorry. You said dive. I heard die, and I thought that was like, that's a little dark for Rose, but all right. For Daisy. But
Flashback to Victini. Don't drown, I guess.
Victini's advice pops into both of your head. Kyle points to out there. It's
Somewhere
not
where
so
someone
it's
might
not
use a
300
particular
units, it's
HM.
30 units, but that itself is
30. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For some
But that
reason,
itself-
I thought last time it was 300. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, I know what it was. I think you were going like 300 units an hour or whatever when you were
Oh,
zooming.
that's yeah. We were zooming at 300 units an hour, and so we covered 30 units like real quick. That's what it was.
Right. But anyway, you point to that. Piplup kind of looks and it's like, oh, okay, that's pretty deep. That's where you get like, the danger zone and all that. But you should be fine.
Where you get the big fishes.
That's where you get the big fishies.
Whale.
Piplup looks over and just eyebrow raised. Were you saying something, Daisy?
Whale.
Whales are there, probably. In fact, you're looking for one specifically. As Empoleon looks over, and then both eyebrows raise. But laddie, don't you know that be where the scary creatures are?
Kyle just very like assertively nods, just like, yep. I'm fully. It's just a nod of like, I am fully aware.
He, as his grandpa has shifted voices now to be full scale, like guy on the Portland that talks about Nessie. But laddie, the creatures down there are not part of your normal territory. They're not wild. They're not.
Kyle's nodding along, just like, yeah, nope, yeah, I'm aware.
Hey, laddie, they've been invading us ever since for the past few weeks. We're fighting them off as we speak. That's part of what the festival is all about. You see, those aren't creatures. Those be pirates.
At this, Kyle just gives like a slight eyebrow raise, just like, really now?
I'm surprised that's your
blink,
reaction,
blink,
considering
blink.
last time you faced the pirates without an army behind you, Kyle. You kind of took an L.
Well, there's a very healthy dose of skepticism that Kyle has right now, considering Kyle has been here and has not run into any pirates.
Nay, laddie, why would the pirates be on the land? They be in the water.
Kyle just pulls out an old newspaper, just like, nah. But
I think Napoleon's looking at this. What the pirates are these? These ain't even real pirates. All right, try to. What a bunch of landlubbers scared of the water.
no,
Hey,
Kyle is just treating this as just like the ramblings of an old man who's just like, these crazy kids, they don't know what I had to deal with back in my day. And Kyle's just sitting there like, I've been here a few weeks ago. Kyle's just sitting there like, I've been here a few weeks ago. I know what to expect.
Both of you roll smart for me real quick.
Ooh. Gotta get my dice out.
It's a pass fail.
Survey says 8 + 1.
7 + 1, 8.
All right, nothing. Cool. So anyway, we ignore the fact that I asked you to roll dice, and we continue on from here. But laddie, the pirates, they're scaring the souls of you after man. I used to be strong as 3 oxen. Pirates came. I'm only 2.9 oxen now. That's how scared they are.
Kyle, this is a risky move for Kyle, considering the company that we are keeping at the current moment. But I think Kyle's just gonna, put his badge down on the table and just say, I think me and my crew can handle whatever's out there. As he's flaunting the fact that he is, an officer of the law.
You look at the badge and it says "Recruits of the Lost." Turns out this Empoleon's one of. No, I'm kidding. It's still the battle hammers at this point, right?
Yes.
I think the Piplup knows this. The Prinplup, I think, recognizes you vaguely at this point, because you were just security during that event. Napoleon looks at this. Oh dear me, I didn't realize you were part of the law. Well, in that case, you should have no problem with it. Just, I'm telling you right now, though, you should be warned in case you see, danger and the pirates.
Kyle gives an appreciative nod and it's like, "Thank you, sir. I'll take it under advisement." Now, and then turns back to the Piplup. About our ship.
Right. So,
Huh?
I gotta switch. Come on, get. I gotta scale down. Let's go.
What just happened?
Yeah, this is where I flip it out, and then turns out this Piplup has an Indian accent the entire time, and I just speak in a different language for the rest of the episode. Right. So, where's the so?
Hey, listen. Listen. You gotta get your voice in the game. You gotta get your head in the game.
I don't have a word. That's the problem. Usually, for all the other accents I have a word that I can use to trigger myself into it. But I don't really have one for Boston accent.
For New York, or for New York, or for Boston. What are we talking here?
For Boston, because it devolves shortly afterwards.
I
start off strong and then weaken it afterwards because I don't want to go with the same sort of thing because that doesn't stick.
Well, you gotta go with the Super Bowl commercial about the Smat Pack,
Smat Pack. There we go. Great.
They got Big Pappy and they got John Krasinski over there to talk about the Smat Pack.
Smat Pack. Right.
You Smat Pack your car to head into Dunkin', and you go into Dunks, and you get yourself a large coffee.
Get yourself a large coffee. There we go. It's somewhere. No, see, it keeps. All right.
You had it for a second, and then it just took a hard left across the Atlantic.
All right, we're gonna start this off. I just have to say John F. Kennedy's speech or something like that. All right. So again, you're looking for an electric boat or regular boat. What exactly are we looking for here? Because sailboat.
Kyle's just like, well, last I checked, if we're gonna get out there quickly, we're gonna need some extra power.
Right, with you. All right. Let's get going. Either of you two, points of the family members, either of you two need anything from me, I'm gonna be occupied for a couple of hours. Ask them to hold off the orb the orb transfer until a little later. It's fine. It's the 25th. We're allowed to skip an hour or two as long as we make it up in the aftermath. Okay, let's get going. And Piplup just kind of like out of nowhere has like gotten up and left.
Yeah. Kyle's like very quickly getting up to follow the Piplup out the door and like waves Wash and Rose along. Just like, let's go.
I have a smooth brain.
And with that, I think Wash and Rose walk out with you guys. Hello, this is Anirudh, the GM, PM, DM of Not a Scratch, and thank you for listening to the finale of Arc 6. As always, episodes come out weekly, so be sure to follow us, subscribe, and do all those important things you ought to do when supporting a podcast. If you're still listening, stick around. There are a couple of announcements we've got to make, and apparently, my voice sounds like an NPR voice today, so we're going with it. If you've enjoyed the episode and want to support us in any way, shape, or form that you can, the best way to do so is to share us with your friends. Weirdly enough, I've noticed this. The end of the arcs is, ironically, where we get the most people joining us because it's the end of the arc, so everybody can binge the show as much as they want, and we've got summary episodes which will be releasing upcoming to not only for old arcs, but for new arcs as well. So share us with people that are interested in binging a show that is, at least right now, bingeable. Seasons are done. It's a cool concept. Also, if you haven't already, please leave us a review on your podcasting platform. Whether an official review or simply rating us 5 stars, reviews help to bring new people into our community and give us advice on what we can improve upon going forward. You can also follow us on all the social media sites, either at NotAScratchcast or at AduranRegion, or you can email us at notascratchcast@gmail.com if you have any cool ideas to add to the podcast or just want to reach out to us. We've got a Discord for Not a Scratch. Highly recommend joining for multiple reasons. Number one, there's a bunch of awesome, amazing people that have already joined, and you can join to help build that Not a Scratch community. Number two, We got a bunch of people that are playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, especially with the new DLC that just came out. If you want people to join you on raids and stuff like that, this is the place to be. And number 3, the Discord is probably the easiest way that I can mass communicate any announcements or updates or other things like that. So you should join so that you get those updates. We've also got a website which you can check out at www.notascratchcast.com. The website will have access to all of our episodes, merch page which has a bunch of awesome items, an art page where we post both commissioned and fan art, and I'm personally going to be spending a lot of time over the next few weeks kind of fixing up the website, making it not only look better, not only have more stuff, but actually be an even more engaging location where people can check out all the different things that are available there. So, if you want to send us your fan art to help build that site up more, you can do so. You might see it on our website with your permission, of course, and our website and merch update over time, so stay tuned. I hit my mic there, probably because I see the amount of songs I used in this, and I cannot believe I used this many. So, let's go into it. There's a lot of them, so massive, massive shout out. We've been using them for seasons on seasons, so thank you so much to Glitch City and to Tabletop Audio. We want to thank Glitch City for the following songs. There's a lot of them. Kirby's Dream Land Lo-Fi Remix, Pokemon Center Theme Lo-Fi Lullaby Remix, Mifa Remix, Abandoned Ship Remix, Hoenn Dive Theme Remix, Black and White Unwavering Emotions Remix, Mystery Dungeon Time Gear Remix, Mystery Dungeon Sea of Time Remix, Mystery Dungeon Temporal Tower Remix, and Mystery Dungeon Primal Dialga Remix. There's a lot of Mystery Dungeon stuff. We also want to thank Tabletop Audio for the following songs: Lush World, Tavern Music, Down by the Sea, Open Ocean, Sunken Temple, Underground Lake, Solemn Vow, and Secret Garden. We also want to shout out our Patreon members. We at Not a Scratch have a Patreon where you can get amazing extra benefits regarding the show and its future, including early access to episodes, special behind-the-scenes looks at what goes into the games, and more. Weirdly enough, again, similar to how I mentioned previously, weirdly, at the end of the arcs there's more stuff happening. I have a couple of ideas of what to do on the Patreon over the next couple of weeks while we take our standard couple-week break of releasing plot-related episodes. You'll also be recognized during the show right here, so thank you to the following people who are Patreon members. A massive shout-out to Ginny, Ursa93, Eli, Pure Glaceon, Damon Liger, Simon Pelawakin, Fennec, Evelyn C., Robert O., Arming Sword and Buckler, Blue Earweir, Darkrai Drive, and Istersari. For more information, you can check out the links in the episode description, or you can contact us Discord, Twitter, the socials all across. If you're interested in having a promo on the show for your podcast in the next season, we would love to help. All you have to do is to send us an email or contact us on Twitter, Discord, socials, email, the whole 9 yards, and we'd be happy to discuss more. Now, before we jump back into the episode, the important announcement here. Hello, waves hands loudly. As I mentioned briefly in the past, this is the finale, and therefore, the next few weeks are going to be not plot episodes, as you might expect, which is why this episode is so long. We want to send it off Arc 6 with a bang. So, as a result, next few weeks you can expect to see the Arc summary episodes come up. Hopefully by the time all of these things are coming up, we'll also have the summary episodes for both Arc 5 and Arc 6 available as well, which will be posted in the following weeks. On top of that, the Q&A session, we still don't have a date for it yet, so please find some method of social media thing. I will probably make a very, very short podcast episode just to announce it to the masses, but if you join the Discord, if you follow on Twitter, if you go through various other social media sites, it is probably in your best interest because those people will get updated first and they'll be updated in time. Because of this, however, we have a deadline of an unspecified date for our Q&A questions. So if you have any questions that pop into your head at the end of this episode that you want to send to us, please send it to us, again, either at Adoran Region on most social media sites, at Not a Scratchcast, email us, do it however you can, because we will be answering as many questions as we can in the allotted time. And trust me, we have done Q&A sessions that have lasted hours. So please send us your questions if you can. We would absolutely love to answer them. And there's no policy or anything like that. If you've got a question, send to us. We'll be happy to at least look it over and give a brief answer, as long as it's, of course, not spoilers. So Q&A date is still unknown as of this point. Later on in the episode, I talk about how there might be a Q&A date at this point. There isn't, but you can check the description of this episode. There's a podcast episode. Again, so many different ways to find out. So I think that's everything. If you got any questions, again, all the socials are available. You can contact us at any way, shape, or form that you can. Now, without further ado, it's time to continue the finale. And you go over to the docking area. You see a bunch of water Pokemon that are leaving themselves. They're going on various different boats out into the ocean, presumably to continue their festival. Um, and very quickly, you see the town population, as you're packing up and leaving, the town population starts to vamoose a little bit, leaving the town once again, similar to a ghost town. You guys, however, go to a slightly, a slightly different dock, where there seems to be a decent size, not a speedboat necessarily, but like a large scale speedboat is the best way to describe it. Full of like basic equipment. There's like scuba gear there, which I'm gonna say Road Tom has brought, among other sort of diving equipment things.
And
Uh,
there's a big fat motor on this thing, right? This thing can go.
Giant motor on this thing. We're
Oh,
talking
yeah.
like souped up, speed go bird type of situation.
Kyle, as they're like walking towards the boat on the pier, as they're following along the Piplup, Kyle just like looks over at Wash and nods over to the boat and just like raises an eyebrow, just like, "Can you work with this?"
You see Wash is looking at it like somehow electric glasses have seemingly formed on Wash, and it's like looking at it like, yeah, this should be pretty good to me. All right, yeah, I think I can work this out.
Kyle just like gives a nod and then turns back ahead to continue walking down this pier.
Piplup kind of points it out. It's like, all right, so here's how it works. You press this button to go, press this button to stop. Do not, under any circumstance, ever press that button. That button has like it's red. It's got a skull on it. It says "Do not press." It says "Seriously, do not press." It says if your name starts with a letter, do not press. If you press that button, well, I can actually show you if you want to step out real quick.
What happens if we press that button?
Let me show you. Presses the button. The boat like flips in on itself and turns into a small box that's just now floating in the water.
Oh, say less.
Okay.
Okay.
If you're inside the boat, you're also in the box. Let me tell you, it is not fun being inside the box.
Have you been
Ky-
inside the box?
Kyle raises
No
an eyebrow as if to ask the same question that Rose has asked out loud.
I have no further actions at this time. Presses the button again. Presses the box effectively, and it pops back out into a boat.
In the unlikely event that we find ourselves in the box, hypothetically,
Mhm.
how would one get out?
You need somebody from outside the box to get you out from inside the box. If you're
Oh,
inside
no.
the box, you're stuck inside the box. That's why you don't press the button at all, under any circumstance. That's why the 3 warning signs, the red button, it's a skull. There is literally nothing else red on this boat to design the fact that this button should not be pressed. Okay?
Okay.
Kyle gives like a very curt nod, just like, yeah, got it.
Every other button can be pressed. Just do not press that one. Okay. Also, ideally, if you can get this boat back, boat. Yeah, now he's turned California for a second. If you can get the boat back by latest tomorrow night, as he turns Aussie for some reason, that'd be great. Gonna need the boat for a little bit after that. So you got 2 days. Good luck.
Kyle gives a nod and then sticks out a hand to the Piplup.
Piplup just kind of like does a handshake that you do not know, but are trying to like. It's as if Pipplup's been like, "Yeah, we know this handshake." Bam,
Yeah.
boom. See that? You're just like fiddling around.
Just weird gecko hand and flipper interaction.
Basically. Well, good. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you again. If you need anything, Gramps is still inside, so you can go talk to him. Cool. Flips backwards into the water. Vamooshes.
And it's just gone.
Bye.
Like you look in the water and then you look up and you see this Piplup like out on like the edge of the horizon already, just speeding away.
Yep.
Like this Piplup swims faster than half of the boats in this town.
Honestly speaking, had you ridden the Piplup, you would get there faster.
Yeah.
So Boat is here.
Yeah,
Ready to go?
Kyle just turns back to everyone and nods to the boat, just like, yeah, let's go.
Anything else you want to get in town before you leave? This is your final. This is the game saying the following presentation is a cutscene and plot happens. You can't save after this, etc.
No, we're good.
Famous last words. I mean nothing. Okay, let's go. So you guys get into the boat. I think Rotom Wash is like looking around a little bit. Ooh, this is nice. I like that. It's a 470. I didn't know they made 470s. All right, sweet. So if you need me, I'll be in this, and just like points to the motor. Any last anything else we need? We're going. Rotom just kind of points in that direction. It's like we're going that way for a while, right?
Kyle, not so. Hold on, is there like a little like canopy over by like where the motor is?
I would say so. Sure.
Yeah. Let's, because Kyle's
Why
gonna
not?
find like a little spot that's like out of eyesight from like everything else over by the motor, and Kyle's gonna basically sit Manaphy down here and ask
Manaphy-
Manaphy and ask Manaphy, do?
Manaphy's antennae are like dowsing devices that are just like swinging around right now, like it's scanning the area, and then ding, both of them point sharply in this direction. Like,
Yep.
ew.
Kyle gives Manaphy a little head pat and then turns to the motor and just says, Wash, you've you got your compass here, all right?
Yeah, guy. Yep. I got you. Manaphy somehow has now gotten the captain's hat on them and turns to Wash, and it's like, do you? Yeah, yes, Captain. Wash kind of just, you see Wash, in not a flash of light, but like a gleam of light, just like glows out, glows in, and starts like pulsing a little bit as it literally just kind of sucks itself into the motor. The motor now has eyes, which is fun, and the boat starts up. I don't know what a boat sounds like. Roughly that. As you guys presumably are on board, right?
Kyle's on board. How else did Manaphy get out on the deck, right?
Rose, are you on board?
Yeah.
Sweet. And all of a sudden,
The boat just like lurches forward. Just
and away you're going.
some very unnatural acceleration. It's almost like this boat has some extra juice.
Yep. At this point, you're like not gliding on the water, but every now and then you kind of like skip up a little bit. But you hear it through the loud noise. Rotom saying, "It'll be roughly like an hour-ish."
Kyle, still looking ahead, just like gives a thumbs up back at the motor, just like, yep, thank you.
All right. So for the next hour, this is your in-universe pause time. If you're not already, you can be fully healed. If you're not already, though we haven't, I said I was going to, and I didn't do this. PowerPoints, I'll probably forcefully enact that next season. But PowerPoints are a thing. If you heal those back up, official time check for everybody at home. It is Wednesday, August 25th at about 10 a.m. right now. You'll reach there at about 11. Anything you two want to discuss, I guess with Manaphy or not, before you reach your final destination?
I'm probably sitting, like, I guess at the back of the boat. It might end up being next to the motor, but
If you're in the back, it'd be next to the motor, yeah.
yeah, just like looking behind us as the land goes away, and I'm trying to do that little aura ball thing. So I'm like trying to put my hand up for the sparks and like see if anything happens. But that'll probably be me the entire hour, just practicing to try to do that.
Kyle, you?
Kyle is kind of half just relaxing, half like looking to see if there are any. I mean, it's open ocean, so I don't know if there are any landmarks, but Kyle's just trying to figure out if he recognizes if this is the route that he took the last time he was here, or if the dew is in a different direction.
Roll for me, what, I guess history, since you're trying to remember something.
Yeah,
Which is a smart roll, I believe.
it is smart.
Daisy, is Rose trying to do this secretly, or are you just like sitting in the back trying to make the ball?
I'm just sitting in the
without
back
care?
next to Wash. Yeah,
Are you trying to do it like secretly doing it, or
No.
just trying?
just doing it.
Okay.
Rose doesn't have secrets.
Hey, Anirudh, remember when I rolled the last time you asked me to roll smart earlier today?
No.
Well, I rolled the same thing again, 8 + 1.
Oh, that one, yes. Yeah, I think that you try to remember. The problem is, not many landmarks. And during that time, especially now, you can at least see the horizon. Then you were going so fast, you had this like bubble of protection around you. Mist was flying everywhere. It'd be impossible to tell. You just kind of
Yeah.
banked on the legendary at the time. In this case, you would
Got
guess so. It doesn't really
Y-
mean much.
Yeah, Kyle can't really tell. Okay, that's fine. I mean, Kyle's thinking, well, if Manaphy is so fixated on this dew, we better get Manaphy the dew before we head over to Kyogre. So we're at full trust levels.
Right, maximum trust. We're trying to get that
Exactly.
friendship up to full so that this Baneri can evolve. Haha, friendship evolution joke. I think at a certain point during this, Rose, as you're trying to make your little your circles, Manaphy, whose antenna are still pointing out, like turns to you, and then just kind of like pokes you on the leg as toddlers ought to do, and just looks up at you like, "What you doing?"
Oh, hi. You wanna hang out? You wanna take a look?
Manaphy nods like, "Yeah, what you doing?"
All right. And I show Manaphy the thing I'm doing. I don't know if I've been successful at all in any way.
I think you've had. It hasn't been as easy as it was. I think you can occasionally. Most of the times, the sparks at this point. But I'm gonna say this is like halfway through your trip. The sparks are pretty consistent now. You can make those appear. The ball sometimes does, sometimes doesn't. You really don't know why it's working or why it's not.
I know what I need
This
to
is
do.
just
I need
like
to
on
learn.
the train. Anyways.
I need to learn double team so I can have multiple of me help me with it.
We go shadow clones. Manaphy is looking at you like in confusion at first, and then sees. I think this is one of the successful times as the ball pops out. Manaphy just looks at you in awe, like, "Oh my gosh, you can use bubble too!"
Yeah. I think though at this point I try and like see if I can get a read on Manaphy, like if I can like extend my aura to Manaphy to see what is going on.
Okay, sure. Roll.
Like get a feel
Arcana?
for what Manaphy is feel.
Yeah. Roll Arcana. Have I said aura stuff for you as advantage?
I don't know.
I think at some point
Let
in the
me
past
see.
you did.
Let
That
me
sounds
see
vaguely
if I read
familiar.
that.
That feels.
I get
know did
advantage on
bakery.
bakery related things.
I would have asked you to write it down, so maybe not. In any case, this one at least, you can go for advantage.
Okay. Let's see.
So, and we've loosely said aura and arcana are kind of connected, right?
Well, that's good because the first one I rolled was a 1 and then I rolled a 10 plus 1.
Great. So powers aren't fully developed, but Manaphy, I think, because you're someone Manaphy knows, when you sort of wash up the way that you sort of just the way that I'm thinking of it, and feel free to change this in the future. The way that I say is you sort of like have a mind version of you go visit their house,
Sure.
effectively. So there's an Audino going over to Manaphy's consciousness, like, "Hey, can I come in?" Manaphy knows you, and so is like, "Hello," opens door, "Come on in. I got tea and cookies." And so you see Manaphy's. Yeah, you almost walk into the best way to describe it is Manaphy's room.
Uh-huh.
So you walk on in, and you see Manaphy's room. It is very much like a child's room, as best way to describe it. There are toys all over the place. There's enough clean spots. There's like a clean section that Manaphy's dedicated as like the guest area / when Manaphy doesn't want to play with the toys. Otherwise, it looks like I threw everything in the room around in the place. But Manaphy kind of just like, "Taya."
If I say, all right, nice. Is there a way you could show me the dew we're looking for?
Manaphy looks puzzled at first, and then dives into their toy chest, being like, "Yeah, Jimmy, yeah." And you see what effectively is like a hand-sized version of the picture that was in the book a few episodes ago.
What was that picture? What did it look like?
Let me pull up the exact. They don't have an image for it. That's wild. I guess it is just a word that they say. So what you see is effectively, as I have to make up my own image. That's fun. Okay, so you see what is it's a water droplet. Effectively, it almost looks like a large. I forget who is it. Misty's badge. Someone has a badge that is like a water droplet. It's almost like a large one of those, and then inside of that is like a red gem, also shaped in a teardrop. So it's a teardrop and a teardrop. But Manaphy points out that it almost looks like a pendant, the one that Manaphy has in their hand right now. And Manaphy's like, this, Taya.
Okay, cool. We're gonna find it.
Cute.
Yeah. And I'll hold out a fist bump.
Manaphy, I think just, Manaphy has the antenna working in this dream version. So one of the antenna just, fist bumps you back.
And I probably just dip.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Pop out of the dream, Manaphy pops out, and I think Manaphy kind of tugs at you, tugs at your hands a little bit, as if to say, no, you're not doing the bubble right.
Oh. Show me?
So Manaphy, I think Manaphy, the way that they do bubbles is usually from their mouth, right? I think that's how most Pokemon do their bubbles. And so Manaphy's points at their cheeks, yeah.
Oh. From here, okay.
Because I think, I don't know if you've been doing it from hip height, but that's sort of, I think Manaphy is mouth, blow the bubbles. That's the point of the bubble, is that you blow the bubble.
Oh, and I guess I tried doing that. I don't know if there's any effect or if this little montage just ends there with Manaphy training me on bubble that I probably can't do. But
I think it's probably just Manaphy being look, if you want to do the bubble properly, take it from a master. I've had maybe 3 whole bubbles hit in my life. That's more than y'all. Haha.
Okay.
I feel like in my mind's eye, Manaphy's vision of how Rose is supposed to do bubbles is hold hand up to mouth like bubble wand and blow. I feel in my mind's eye, that's what Manaphy's trying to convey.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what Rose did as well.
Yeah. All right, and this
I
continues
just love the
on.
image of no, you have a bubble wand. Use the bubble wand, blow a bubble.
And this continues. You're trained by Manaphy, the smartest in the land, and we continue from here. Soon afterwards, at about 11 in the morning, you hear the motor sort of slow down, and you hear Rotom yell from the back, "Hey, I think this is it, because Manaphy stopped pointing straight and started pointing not straight."
At this, Kyle kind of looks back over at Manaphy to see what direction Manaphy's pointing.
Manaphy's antenna right now, I don't think Manaphy even realizes it. Manaphy's still being no, the bubble. Meanwhile, the antenna are swinging around in circles, being wee woo, wee woo. It's like a metal detector.
Oh, okay. Not even a diagonal, over in that direction down. No, just a woo.
It's we're here.
All right.
I think at this point, finally, as one of the antenna almost smacks Manaphy upside the head, Manaphy looks up and be "What are you guys doing?" Talking to the antenna. Duke. Manaphy nearly dives in the water before Rotom, popping out of the motor, grabs Manaphy and be "Nope, not yet." So you're here. Time to dive, I presume?
For the second time this episode, yes.
Let us dive officially.
Oh yeah, this is actually the first time.
All right, we didn't dive earlier. Yeah, this entire thing has been the intro.
I've been planning this the whole time. Now,
so you know what music has been playing.
Yeah, it's just been the theme music this entire episode. Let us dive on. Into the water we go. As you guys put on your little scuba gear outfits and stuff like that. Rotom has decided to stick in the boat, because otherwise, what happens if you guys are in trouble? Manaphy is going with you, because of course Manaphy's going with you. And you guys officially dive in. Into the water, you both go. You 3 go, actually, as you go in. Kyle, no need to roll for this. This area looks familiar to you, because this is the area where Kyogre was, which...
Oh, sweet!
Kyogre has
2-for-1 deal!
So either Kyogre has the dew, or Kyogre moved and the dew's been sitting here this entire time. Or something along those lines.
Listen, if Kyogre's not here, Kyle has no other leads, so...
So, we kind of need Kyogre to be
Yeah.
here.
As far as Kyle knows, Kyogre should be here. And as far as Manaphy knows, Dew is here. Sounds like a
Right.
2-for-1 special. And Kyle just kind of gestures to Manaphy, like, lead the way. Where's the dew? Go get your
And
dew.
Manaphy is like looking questioningly because Manaphy's been like do for like this entire season. So Manaphy's looking like dew question mark like can I do the do thing?
Kyle just nods with a smile, just like, yeah, kid, go ahead.
Do. Starts diving into the water very fast. And Manaphy I think slowly realizes, wait a minute, I can't get the do by myself, and then slows down. It's like, okay, wait, let me make sure,
Let's make sure that these two landlubbers could keep up.
Right. This dawned on me the other day. I've been saying, like, it's Father Kyle and Uncle Ralph and all that sort of stuff. But in reality, you're like 10 years older than this kid. It's like Big Brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So waiting for Big Brother Kyle and Auntie Rose, I suppose, to show up. And you guys swim. I'm going to make the bold assumption you guys can swim, because if you can't, that would make this entire plot completely pointless.
Rotom gave us. Didn't he mention Rotom gave us stuff that like it could help us like breathe and travel underwater, right? Like that's
all right. Scuba gear and all that sort of stuff is fine,
Yeah.
but like if you can't actually like go under the water, that would kind of suck.
We had Wash motorize it. It's fine.
It's not Rose's
Scuba
favorite
gear.
thing, but she'll do it.
And you guys are in the water here. I think Manaphy's leading you the entire way. No questions asked. No problem here.
Oh yeah.
No. And you guys eventually approach a cave that also looks very familiar to you, Kyle. Manaphy's antenna are like pointing at the cave, and then I think Manaphy at this point, being like a tour guy, is like, "You." Points.
Kyle like
Anthony.
nods his head towards the cave and just asks, "Do?"
Do. Da-do.
Kyle
I guess
just
that's where we go.
nods and like waves everyone into the cave. Like, all right, let's go.
And into the cave you go. I believe last time I did this, this was a roll that die game.
Yeah, I believe it was. Yeah.
Manaphy's here though, so Manaphy's not gonna allow us to play a game because and it's here. So Manaphy perfectly leads you throughout this dungeon, avoids every wild Pokemon and everything like that. This is totally not because it's a time crunch, and instead because Manaphy's just that good.
We could have just been using Manaphy this whole time to get through Roll That Die.
It only works with the dew, so unless you have like magical dew at every single location, I don't
We
think
need
it's
to try this with. I was gonna say we need to try this with Rotom and the Water Gem, except then Rose would have missed out on all of the items.
To be fair, Rotom doesn't have that ability. Victini has an idea of where things are, but not like go. It's in that direction. And you guys enter on in. The cave itself, if I remember correctly, large, open, almost like stadium arena location. Walls covered in rock. It's an open area, though. I think, if I remember correctly, there was like a hole in the top where the sun came in. At the very least, it was lit up.
Yeah.
Um,
And like if I remember correctly, it was like the underwater caves like in the games where there's like air pockets too, right? And like some land.
correct.
Yeah.
And you pop in. You're under the water still. I think all is good. And you see there, looking calm, cool, coordinated as much as you can think, Kyogre.
Oh.
Wide awake, all is good. Kyogre's like just scanning around. I think Kyogre is just calm and cool, coordinatedly, like going through some things, just like looking around. Looks a little like lost is the wrong word. Looks like they just woke up.
Preoccupied?
Yeah,
Oh,
a little
okay.
preoccupied, sort of like getting their bearings together. But looking around at all of this, and then looks at you guys.
Oh, okay, Kyogre does see us. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Rose.
just you.
I think Rose is just gonna be like, hello. Do you happen to have the dew? Rose
Okay.
has no idea who
Kyogre
this is.
voice. I'm pretty sure I did, and it was either comedically different or exactly what I think it would be.
I feel like it aired toward. I think we joked about the former, but it ended up being the latter.
Okay,
If I remember correctly.
that feels on par. So I think Kyogre just turns slowly to you, Rose, and just goes, "Hello. Who exactly are you?"
At this, Kyle's gonna kind of pull out his badge and nod over towards Manaphy and just be like, we've been taking care of this one for a while, and they want their due.
Your badge at this point says Recruits of the Lost.
Yeah.
Because, legendary. And Kyogre looks at it. I feel like I recognize you. Were you here yesterday?
Kyle kind of like opens his mouth to answer and is just like, yes, kinda. It's a long story.
Kyogre like looks puzzled at first and is like, was it time shenanigans?
Kyle just nods slowly and just said, Hoopa tried something, it didn't work.
I see. You're a new face, though. Turns to Rose.
Hi. Who are you?
I am Kyogre. According to my description, Lord of the Seas and all that water stuff. I don't like giving my long title. Kyogre.
Okay.
Water
That's-
legendary. Big deal in the water,
Oh.
Some might call Kyogre the big fish.
They do call it the big fish,
Okay.
occasionally, yeah.
Huh. Okay, I see. Some familiarity there. Thinking back to like some of my pastries.
Is Rose confused, or is Rose like just like very awkwardly like, oh yeah, no, of course. Like which is it?
Rose is thinking back to some pastries that had some
That's
sort
exactly
of resemblance to this.
I'm
But
just like,
oh, so that's what they're supposed to look like. Okay,
Rose is like, I
noted.
knew the blue part was wrong.
Rose is embarrassed, just like, oh, I got that completely wrong. Oops.
Well, see, Rose had the Kyogre color scheme, but on a Groudon body.
So what can I... Oh! Hello, Manaphy. Manaphy looks up, and for the first time, not focused on Do, just looks up and is like, yeah. Well, how are you doing? Oh, that's good to hear. I'm sorry, you've... I presume you're here for something beside Manaphy's, Do, I believe? Do. Yes, the Do.
Kyle just gives kind of a short nod and is just like, Kyle is just like, I assume you're kind of aware of our mission at the current moment.
Yes, unfortunately, I was required to attend that PTA meeting. I mean, legendary meeting.
Kyle just kind of gives a slow nod and is like, yeah, no, I can understand how it wouldn't be any fun.
Yeah, especially since it's consciousness that has to go. I was enjoying a nice, peaceful 100-year nap. But it is what it is. Yes, I believe. I'll be honest. I'm supposed to fight you here.
Kyle just kind of eyebrow raised and then nods towards Manaphy and just goes, in front of the kid?
Well, technically speaking, the kid is supposed to be on my side, and it's supposed to be this big dramatic item, but I'll be honest, I'm not particularly a fan of that.
I'm not either. Can we say no to that one?
I agree. I think, honestly, I'm all for fights, but frankly, if we want to be honest, I fought you yesterday. Points to Kyle. Sort of.
Kyle just kind of looks confused for a second and then just kind of has a moment, just goes, oh, right. It just has that moment of realization. Right, yeah, and it just nods, just like, yeah, I guess we did.
Right, so technically speaking, as long as I give this to you, then we're good. I can't give it to your friend Rose, I believe. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not able to give the item to you because we haven't technically fought, but you're with Kyle. I can to Kyle, and I'll be honest, if we fought right now, you would absolutely win because the rules say that this one is supposed to trust you. It does not say that you need to be family, and I'm pretty sure if I so much as look at Kyle the wrong way, this Manaphy will strike. Manavy at this point has pulled up boxer gloves. Like, yeah, you want to go?
Kyle just kind of gives a shrug and is like, "Yeah, what can I do?"
I mean, we could have a spirited debate.
We could, but I think for all of us it would be easier if I just... And then pulls out the Aqua Monica. If I just hand this over to you.
Kyle just puts up a hand and just goes, "I appreciate it. I'll take that from you in a second." And then nods over to Manaphy and just asks, can you give Manaphy their due first? They kind of been, it's kind of been a little antsy the past few days. Looking forward to this.
Well, Manaphy, are you sure you want the due? Because that starts your quest. You? Confused look on Manaphy's face. Well,
Baja
yes.
Blast.
Well, Manaphy, then once you get the Fion due, that's when the Fion come here and begin training you. Are you sure that's what you want? Now Manaphy is torn.
Mm.
And Manaphy turns to you guys and just looks puzzled, like, you?
Kyle just looks at Manaphy, just like, just kind of shrugs and just says, whatever you want to do, it's your call.
Turns to Rose. Any advice, Rose?
I know I just met you, Manaphy, but if you wanna go, do your thing. I'll make sure to pack you some extra Poke Puffs. They might be a little soggy right now, but
Manaphy looks like back and forth, like, and then just nods to Kyogre, like, let my quest begin. Okay then. Here you go, Manaphy. The moment you take this, the Fion will appear and your training begins. And then it just kind of floats because you're in the water. It's floating there. Manaphy's last choice. Manaphy reaches out, pauses for a second, turns back to you, smiles, and then grabs the dew. Immediately, as soon as Manaphy touches the dew, there are 4 Fion that pop out of nowhere. They come up. Hey! Ooh, it's a Manaphy! That's new. That's wild. Awesome. So, we're training. Yes, let's go! Hype. Training. We're gonna get started. Like, what time is it now? Yeah, now. So, we gotta go. And Manaphy, nods to the Fion, turns back to you guys, and then tosses the dew your way. And either of you can catch the Fion dew.
I toss a sack of Poke Puffs towards Manaphy and grab the dew, I guess.
Cool. You can add Fion dew. I probably won't pull anything up, but you can add it
Rose
to
is
your...
the one with space to hold the Fion dew. Kyle's kind of like, I think Kyle lets Rose grab the Fion dew because Kyle's gonna grab another thing in a second.
But
Kyle,
go ahead and add that.
Kyle just very expressively, much more so than we've ever seen Kyle before. Kyle's just giving a very aggressive wave, and it's like, bye, oh my god, no, bye, no, wait, bye, no, bye.
So you can add Fion dew. Again, it's Fion space dew. I know what it does, which is just basically it's a one-time cure-all.
Yeah, I know who it's for.
I leave that up to you because Manaphy's not choosing. As Manaphy wraps themselves up in a little bubble that the Fion make, the Fion start going off, and they're like, all right, Manaphy, let's get started. We're going to start this off with a race. You have 12 and a half minutes, and you must circumnavigate the globe. All right, ready? Go. And Manaphy like, what? And in a blue watery flash, they all vanish. I understand that may have been difficult. And I do apologize for separating you guys.
Kyle just gives a sigh and kind of a shrug, and just man, if he'll be okay. I think man, if he can take care of themselves. And Kyle is almost breaking out. I'm proud of Manaphy.
Fine. But I want you to know that Manaphy will be trained well. They will become stronger, wiser, smarter than ever, as all Manaphy have in the past. And they will come back. It will be of more assistance than ever before. As for
at this, like Kyle's eyebrows kind of widened, just like, oh, I didn't think that was possible. Okay.
Rose is totally not
Many
crying.
things. The Theo know many things, many ocean-exclusive knowledge. Some say the Fiona are wiser than I. I'm not one of them, but I'm biased myself. As for the Aquamonica, tosses that your way.
Yeah, Kyle's gonna kind of reach out and grab it, and give give Kyogre a nod of appreciation. It's like, yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. If there's anything else that you would like to discuss here,
Kyle just kind of waves Kyogre off, just like, it's all right. I know, we've the past couple of months kind of kept you up, but we'll let you get back to your nap. We'll take it from here.
I appreciate that.
Wait, so did we get it?
Yeah, Kyle's holding the Aquamonica right now.
So
You got the
now
Aquamonica.
what?
Well, now I leave it up to you. Where would you like to go next?
I have to consult my notes. Is Kyogre offering us like an instant transport? Is that what's happening right now? Because we gotta have a boat to return.
Yeah, the Rotom gotta do the thing. I'm trying to find a page in my red book that has seemingly disappeared, which doesn't help me.
It's somewhere in the first like 10 pages.
I can't find
It's
it.
one small little detail buried somewhere.
Here it is. Okay.
I finally get the chance to cross something else off of my notes list. Let's go.
Oh, okay. That's what it is. Kyogre's last piece of advice.
Now, the one important thing, when you meet my brethren, I did not fight because I was awoken, but when I am asleep, they are awake. Prepare yourselves for them.
Kyle just gives like a very, very curt nod, just like, yeah, of course. And like,
Anyway, I can send you back out of the water here if you'd like. I believe you have a friend that's up top.
Kyle like very appreciatively nods, just like, the time saving would be great. We'd appreciate that.
I do have a piece of advice for each of you, or a note, a thing to say that I've noticed over the consciousness. For you, Kyle, my advice: your friends are closer than you think, and when they ask for help, accept. For you, Rose, you are far more important to the story than you may realize. Your special gift. The quicker you're able to master it, the more benefit you can give not just to us, but to your own questions. Then I have a piece of advice for the one up there,
And points over to presumably where the boat is.
They will be the successor. They should be trained well, because, honestly speaking, out of everybody in the recruits, they are probably the most important for the future of Alcaz. Keep them safe.
Huh?
Vanish. Poof. And you guys splash out of the water about 10-15 feet away from the boat.
Huh. Not Kyogre dumping information. Not Kyogre being like, hey, by the way, spoiler alert.
Rotom's, I think a wash form of Rotom's just kind of like staring at the ocean like, huh, that goes out pretty far. Splash. Oh my god. Hey, what's going on? Success? Yay? Nay? Left? Right? Huh?
Kyle looks over at Rose and kind of just gestures like, hey, show him.
Wait, what do I show? Oh, right. Ta-da!
Wait, Rose is showing the dew, right?
Yeah.
The dude.
Okay, yeah. Hey, awesome. I presume that's the Fion dew. Great, cool. All right, anything else? Are we heading back?
Kyle Kyle is he's kind of holding some behind his back. He's just like, before I show you what else we found, which one did you see, and which one are you?
Which one did I see and which one am I? I don't know what you're talking about.
Kyle's just like, well, all right, then I got. No, don't worry about the other thing. It's fine.
Well-
And Kyle pops into Dream World and just puts the Aquamonica away.
Doesn't Rotom know about the recruits already?
Yeah, but Kyle was trying to see if Rotom like is a recruit
Right.
or not.
Right.
Kyle knows what we. Rotom knows that we were out there for what Manaphy wanted, right? So Rotom
Right.
knows nothing else beyond that. And Kyle's like,
Maybe.
all right, hey,
Maybe.
Well-
I don't.
well,
I don't know.
okay, Kyle, Kyle and Rose, and in front of Victini, they've talked about what Rotom wants. And they've talked about what Manaphy wants. They haven't talked about other recruit stuff openly in front of those two, right?
Correct.
At least not in front of Rotom.
Okay, the words that you have said are correct. Yes.
So Kyle is like, all right, this one's not a recruit yet. So we're not going to involve this one in recruit business yet. In terms of like, okay, listen, it's if you're not in on the job, you don't need to know the details, kind of deal, right? I was like, all right, that's Kyle's thinking.
Victini did tell us that like they were in on it though, right? Like they knew.
Victini says they know.
They were on the
know what's
level.
happening, but I think that's explicitly that. So how much of what they know, you could ask. You could be like, "Hey, Rotom, how much do you know about all this shenanigan stuff?" And they might just tell you.
Yeah. If Rose wants to have that conversation with Rotom, Rose can have that conversation with Rotom. But Kyle's just like, okay, either Kyle to Rotom is like either like you're a legendary or like you're not a recruit yet, but you're gonna be a recruit. But you're in this weird transition phase. Maybe once we figure out your stuff, and we'll figure that out. But for now, you don't need to know that we just got the Aquamonica. All you need to know is we got the Fiondu, and the and Kyle's just like, I'm gonna put the Aquamonica away. Keep it somewhere safe. Well, safe from most people.
Cool.
Lear that magician thief.
Cool. So you guys are on the boat, I presume. Are you heading back? Normally, when you find an item, you do a little meetup thing. Are you doing that now?
Because that happens in Dream World where time doesn't really pass, right?
Right. Do you want to do that now?
Well, I think Kyle's gonna Kyle's gonna make sure we're all settled on the boat, make sure we're good to go, and then once Wash has the boat moving and we're all settled down, Kyle's just gonna look over at Rose and kind of just point to his head.
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. And poof. You guys jump over into the dream world. You're in the dream world. I presume everybody goes to Adam's room, does the whole normal thingy thing.
Yeah, on the way in, like before they when Kyle pops into Dream World, he's gonna pop into his room and just grab the Aquamonica just to show at the meeting.
Rose, you are heading over to the room itself. Do you want to head to your room first? I don't know if there's nothing there, but nothing new there at least. But
Let me think. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I
Okay.
need to do anything there.
all right, you guys go over to Adam's room where you see the nice open fields, the pavilions, and the squadron sitting there, all good and dandy. I think everybody's sitting there in various states of excitedness, confusion. Mrs. Quagmire, for some reason, has a weird hat on, and just nobody has asked about it.
Oh no, of course not. Yeah.
Yeah, Miss Quagmire has a hat right now. It's one of those fruit hats. You know what I'm talking about? It's like made up of fruits.
Yep. I know exactly the one. Yep.
Got that on. Nobody seemingly has asked any questions about it. Though Pearl is laughing for no real reason every like 30 seconds.
Isn't that just Pearl normally?
Not out loud.
Yeah. Pearl put Miss Quagmire up to something here and is really getting a hoot out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
But besides that, nothing really. As you guys walk on in.
Yeah, Kyle's like walking in again. He's holding the Aquamonica behind his back, just like walks up to the table and just like very like nonchalantly just puts down the harmonica.
Everyone's like applauding. I think most everyone's like stands up as you come on and applauds. An apple falls down from Mrs. Quagmire hat, and only just now Mrs. Quagmire realizes like, wait, an apple. Looks up, sees like pineapple juice going down their face. It's like, oh come on. Stares at Pearl. Pearl's now dead, like laughing behind them.
That's what happened. Okay.
Isaac just kind of like helps up Pearl as Pearl's literally falling off their chair. Bringing them up, like laughing themselves, but trying to keep it settled. Meanwhile, Mrs. Quagmire is
Listen, the legendary item on the table, that doesn't matter. Look at that prank. That prank went a little way too well. That prank worked way too well for way too long. Let's focus on that.
Mrs.
I'm
Quagmire
here for
like
this. I'm 100% here for this.
rubs their head off, rubs the juice off their head, and it's like, okay,
Well, congratulations, another item in the books. We've done it. Great. I say we. I recognize it's not we, but we're gonna, team morale and all that. So any updates from anybody here? Why am I running this? Adam, say something.
no, I thought you were doing well. Yeah. Any updates from anybody here? Wait, are we missing somebody? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is Manaphy in your bag?
Um,
Kyle's just
Manaphy-
Kyle's just like, man, if he's training. You kind of
Yeah.
just Kyle just kind of shrugged. Just like some legendary thing, I guess.
And I hold up the Fiondu, I guess. See if anybody knows that's what that means.
I think most people are confused. And then you just hear a voice, blasting through the ether, as the elder has spoken up. It's like, oh yes,
From the ether.
Well,
Isn't the rock horn
well,
just on the table?
no, you left the rock unless you brought it with you. The rock horn's in your room.
No.
Or no.
We very
Sorry.
explicitly left it on the table.
By the ether, I mean like slightly to your left.
Okay.
And from the rock horn, yes, I was not expecting that to happen immediately, but apparently traditions change. Back in the day, they used to wait until the child was a year old, but things change. Okay, great. Glad to know I'm not crying on the inside.
Kyle gives the rock horn a little pat on its top, just like there.
I didn't even know them. Actually, no, Manaphy was there. I was like, Manaphy didn't go to the bath. They did. I barely knew them. And everyone is now somber. Yes, but besides that, it seems that. Oh wait, no, this is not their voice because they have like sort of a Spanish twang on them. Yes, it is. It is most disappointing that Manaphy is no longer with us, but I am confident they will do well. But yes, the Fiondu, it is a very powerful item indeed, a cure-all, a one-stop healing thing. Highly recommend for any of those issues that just do not disappear, regardless of rest, of items, and other things like that. It is for those more persistent issues. Anything else from you guys, or do we jump into the actual, like, what's next?
I mean,
Kyle's
we
just
jumped
looking
to the
around the
right track.
table, just like anyone else have any questions?
Because, like, out of game, I know who needs the Fiondu, but Rose doesn't.
Okay. And then we move on to the next topic. So, any updates? Is there anything? Adam's looking around like, wait, I thought I was running this. I mean, never mind. Any updates from anybody about anything that would be ideal? Do you guys have any updates?
I mean, Kyle it just kind of points to the Aqua Monica, just like, we've been over this one.
It's like update. But, yes, it is good that you got the Aqua Monica. It is very nice. Does anybody else have anything to note? And I think I got to pick a person that actually exists. I think Pearl, who is still
pops into the meeting.
I think Pearl, who is still not stop laughing, is like, okay,
It's sorry. The freaking apple. I mean, hey. Yeah.
We
I
would
promise.
not be able to record this if it was in the PM. If this was a nighttime recording episode, Anirudh would not be able to get through Pearl's lines because Pearl would get caught in the giggle loop, and then Anirudh would get caught in the giggle loop.
a little bit, yeah. But Pearl goes on and explains, like,
There's. I shouldn't be laughing about this. There's actually a little bit of a concern regarding more bad guys. Not like the Ring bad guys, but like generic bad guys, which is new.
Kyle's eyebrows just raised, just like, huh?
And I think Adam, what exactly do you mean by regular bad guys? Well, so a little bit after our expedition with Rose and Kyle, we headed north because we were looking for another recruit and stuff like that. And while we were going up north, there was those how would you describe them as Quagmire? As Quagmire looks at Pearl like straight face, like, well, I would call them pirates, though pirates may not be the best word for it. Right? Yeah, pirates. I would. It was a new thing. They were coming down the coastline, pillaging and causing all sorts of harm. They're heading down south. Did anyone else see them?
I guess Rose just like looks at Kyle at pirates.
Well, did Rose ever know about the pirates?
No, but what's the Empoleon was like pirates.
Well, yeah. But Kyle has actually had a run-in with actual pirates. Adam was around for that. None of the other recruits were, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait.
Adam was there for that at least.
Adam was there for that. Not any of the other recruits.
None of the recruits were.
Yeah. Also, Adam was Sandoran was there too, no?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Sandoran was with you. So Sandoran.
Yeah, so I think Kyle's gonna after Miss Quackmark kind of says this, Kyle's gonna kind of look to Sandoran and Adam just like eyebrow raised questioningly, like, is it like, are these the same?
Are we talking about the claw and folks like them? Well, not. No. That's the weirdest thing about it. Like those guys have been sticking to their land-based shenanigans, for better or for worse. These are weird. Pirates are the best way to describe it because they're on a ship and going around the coast. But they're just made up of random Pokemon. I think there was like a Greedent in there. There was a. I'm trying to remember who else we saw. Who else we see? A Mankey. There was like a Greedent and like a Bounsweet and all sorts of just. It was literally pull Pokemon out of a hat. They didn't look like they were pirates, right? Because the pirates usually have some goal of treasure hunting and that sort of thing. These guys were just causing chaos, and I'm not exactly sure if they had a goal or if they were just existing. But I've heard reports of that happening on the west coast as well. And now they're here on the east coast heading down south. I think they're probably somewhere in Fluvius right now if I had to guess, but
At this, Kyle's gonna kind of turn to Rose with the same eyebrow raise of just like, maybe?
That's where we are, right?
that is where you are, yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's where we are right now.
Have you guys seen the pirates?
No.
Kyle just shakes his head no.
What do you mean chaos?
Okay, think of order, civility, and then not that. So, paying for goods? Nope. Living in a house? Try breaking it. Parking your car in Harvard Yard? How about going to Yale and throwing the car upside one of the buildings? It's a weird sort of combination of things.
I don't understand that last one, but
Neither do I, but I said it. It's that bad. I'm saying nonsense. I only do nonsense. Points at, like, the hat that has fallen down.
I guess we can check it out.
Kyle
Do we
just
think it's related to anything?
Kyle nods at the we'll check it out and looks expectantly at Pearl and Miss Quagmire after the question Rose asks.
I don't. I'm going in between their voices. Well, you don't have to do anything. It is just an important thing to note, though, because they could disrupt. It's one thing to be a bad guy, because we can understand bad guys. Being a chaotic guy is different, because we don't know what they're thinking. And worst case scenario, they steal a legendary item because they think it's a shiny paperweight, and now we got to go chase them around the region. So you don't have to do
Okay.
anything about it. Just keep your eyes open. If you see one, knock some sense into them. Standard stuff.
Kyle just gives a very assertive nod, just like, got it.
Great. Anything else? Any Wait, no. Wishcast should be saying this. That is very good to note. Anything else? Anybody else have anything?
Adam's just irrelevant in this meeting, huh?
Adam's in the back. Actually, at this point, Adam has fully disassociated from the meeting and is currently on a blackboard doing math.
Nice.
You see
He's
some sort of
playing
full like
Pokemon.
equation going on. What was that, Daisy?
Oh, he's playing Pokemon on his Game Boy Color.
He's got a Game Boy. He's got a Game Boy, and he's like, "Does anyone here want to trade? I need to get an Alakazam." Anyway, so Adam's working on that. Wishcash is sort of taking over.
Yes. Is there any other big updates that is an important thing to note? We have gotten the Monica.
I mean, do we have any like resources that could help locate someone?
That would be me. Hi, I am Resources.
Because I think I need to find a Lucario.
Oh, finding a non-recruit. Well, that is slightly harder. Retrace your steps, perhaps. Follow the plot. Sometimes they just appear out of nowhere because that's how the story has gone so far. Mm, I'm a storyteller, no? And when I write a story, if I cannot fit the character in, I just sort of whoop, oh look, they happen to be there.
Okay, sure.
Other similarities like that. Anyway,
I'll wait.
it seems like that is
Ki-
it there. For you two,
Kyle. Oh, all right. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, for you two, what is your goal now? You are here in the eastern coast, and
I thought we were gonna look for pirates, and I'm gonna wait until a Lucario shows up.
Kyle is Kyle's looking at his notes of items, and it's just like, it seems that we have 2 items left to get, and we're not particularly near either of them, are we? And Kyle just kind of looks up to the group and just asks, anyone have any leads on the other items that we could maybe pitch in on?
can't even open my own red book. So the 2 items that are remaining are, for everyone at home's sake,
We need to get the Terra symbol, and we need to get the Sky Melodica.
cool. Do we have any hints on those so far?
Well, we have the vague hints that old Whiscash here apparently wrote. For the Terra symbol, we need to show the land rival that the first creation trusts you. And for the Sky Melodica, the wingless must beat me to control the weather. Which lines up with what Kyogre said of, hey, you're gonna have to fight my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like it all lines up very nicely. It's just a matter of where do we go. Kyle has seen at least Rayquaza in Dream, but has no idea where it was.
Okay. Okay, this is where I can introduce this. So I think 2 things. I think Aaron, who has not spoken, I think, in 3 arcs.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Aaron pipes up and is like,
so I found out something rather interesting. In regards to another recruit, did you know it's possible to ask yourself the question or the questions?
At this, both of Kyle's eyebrows are nearly off his face, just like, huh?
Who are you and
I can't remember the questions. What was it? It's who are you? And which one did you see?
Which one did you see, and who are you? Which one did you see, and which one are you?
Which one did you see and who are you? You could do that, which is new to me. I did not know that was a thing. Did anyone else know that was a thing?
Everyone's looking around confused. Adam's
Kyle's very aggressively shaking his head, like, no, I did not know this was a thing.
No.
Wishcash is like, Wishcash is kind of like, go ahead, Rose.
I just said no.
Wishcash, I think, pipes says up like very softly.
It is rare, but it is possible. But
Did
the
you
last one I
find
heard
someone
was-
who did that?
Well, that's the thing. I haven't found them, but I think one of our missing recruits already knows they're a recruit.
Oh, that's how they can get in here, huh?
Kyle is looking at Aaron expectantly, like, what else do we know?
Well, they seem to be in Tenebris, I think, is my best guess. Because I'm over here, and I'm in Lux right now.
This may not be where we assigned him, but he's shown up there.
Yeah.
I'm in Lux right now doing some sort of like the baseball deal thing, anything. It seems to be in Tenebris because it's primarily associated with the western side of the region. But I did notice that, and I thought it was odd. I'm gonna actually check it out myself once my conference is over. So keep your eyes peeled. Seems like there's a recruit that knows that they're a recruit.
Wait, how do you know this?
Well, there's a lot of conversation about this. What do they call them? They call them a dark savior over here in Tenebris and Lux. It just fits a lot of the qualities of us, like heroic people that are behind the scenes. It's one individual, and they seem to have just popped up out of nowhere, started doing a bunch of saving people's stuff, and then vamooses instantaneously, which feels recruity. I think it's at least worthy enough to start investigating.
Kyle just kind of gives like a slow nod as like he's piecing it together and just like, okay. And Kyle just kind of, Aaron's on his own at this point right now, right? Like Aaron,
sure, why not?
Well, cause
Aaron's on his own. Yeah.
I lost you halfway through that. What was that?
At this second, Aaron is on his own. For his baseball conference. Whatever team he was, I already forgot the teams. Whatever team he was with, I had to separate with. So I'm assuming everyone else is all clumped together.
Okay.
Think real life.
Yeah. So I think Kyle's gonna kind of look over at Rose, look over at Aaron, look back over at Rose, just like, do you need help tracking this individual down? And Kyle just kind of looks around the table like I've had some success tracking down leads before.
I will leave this to you two because there were a couple of different ideas of what you could do. You could make up some new thing. You could join Aaron with this. I believe I said something, I forget if this was a thing or just an idea thrown out there, that you travel down to Snowdrift City because there's a guild down there.
Yeah.
I think that was one of
the original game plan. You're right. That was the original. The original game plan was to head down to Snowdrift City.
I remember this. I will tell you this because I know I told you this before. I think I mentioned down south near Snowdrift City are giant mountains.
Yes, and we were interested in that because Rose Dream, or were we interested in that because atmosphere?
I forget why exactly we mentioned it. I do remember mentioning that, and then you link that to Sky Melodica, of like we're very close to the sky.
Yeah, I think that was probably it.
Yeah, that was the general game plan.
And then Terra Symbol is somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, Terra Symbol, I think you have to find who the first creation is, which itself is its own mini.
Yeah, exactly, because which one is Anirudh talking about, really? So, do we hunt down Sky Melodica, or do we go hunt down this other recruit?
From an out-of-game thing, did Lucille tell me, like, where they were going?
I'm trying to remember if...
I don't know.
I don't think they specified a location.
Okay. Because I know...
After the mission, everyone just kind of parted ways.
Right. I know, like, Lucille and Selena were like, we're training, and we're going over here, and...
I think the only one that I mentioned was Eli and the Metagross, the shiny Metagross, are both in Snowdrift.
Yeah, they were both headed back to Snowdrift City to continue, which is another reason that, oh man, why we had a lot of good reason to go in one direction. Now you're giving us good reason to just say, actually, no.
I'm giving you options. You could also do neither of these things if you think that there's an opportunity for another avenue. And like I said, Wishcache is the can point out where recruits are located. So we haven't asked him anything because I think you guys have off game decided that's a bit of a cheat code, but right here it's more options on the table.
Well, I mean,
we already have two good options. It's just picking one of them, right?
Can we confirm?
So that's one recruit. There are two more missing recruits that have no idea about anything. That also Wishcache can be like, oh, they're over in this area.
Has Wishcache confirmed that this mystery person is likely a recruit?
Wishcash hasn't confirmed anything.
Okay.
Um,
Is that a thing we can ask?
like
Be
we
like,
can ask.
does this sound like something that, like this person? Does it sound?
I think
like-
Wishcash is contemplating it. Sure.
I mean, I'm asking.
Oh, you're just straight up
Rose,
asking Wishcash.
Rose is asking me like, do,
Okay.
do you know if this, or is
I
this
do
just a
s-
coincidence?
I do sense that there is a recruit in Tenebris, so that would make sense.
should
Nothing you
look
are
at
saying
our
is
maps.
wrong.
Hmm.
Wishcash can't say Dark Savior equals recruit in Tenebris.
Yeah.
But Savior exists, and Wishcash is confirming there is a recruit in Tenebris.
Oh, that's
There
far.
was oh no, but I mean we could just fast travel most of the way.
Right.
Kyle at least can. I assume if Kyle can fast travel, I could drag Rose onto the balloon. Like, that's not a problem.
What did I say? I think technically speaking,
No, because I couldn't get into the edge
right.
because the gate was too tall.
The gate was too tall. Yes. So.
I.
So, like, the options are fast travel to... what was the name of the city in Lux with the Lux Ray governor?
New Shimmer, I believe.
New Shimmer, yeah. Because the options are fast travel to New Shimmer, and then find out where Aaron is, meet up with Aaron, and go into Tenebris and find recruit, or head down to what did you call it? Snowdrift City.
Snowdrift.
Head down to Snowdrift. Have Kyle set up with the Ice Riders. Ice Riders, is that what they're called?
Frost
Riders.
Frost Riders. Have Kyle set up with the Frost Riders. Link back up with Eli and Steven and see if there's any progress on their research, and also maybe look for Sky Melodica. And on either path, we're gonna run into a Glaceon or a Lucario somewhere.
Maybe.
Probably.
Kyle,
Probably
Rose,
not on
both
the
of you roll for me.
west.
what do
One
you mean
second.
probably
Both
not
of
on?
you- could both of you, very quickly at this point, roll for me a perception roll?
Perception? What are you hiding?
13.
I rolled a dirty 1.
Kyle, you don't see squat. Rose, out of the corner of your eye where the door would be, you notice someone.
Mm-hmm. Do they look familiar?
They look familiar to you.
Mm-hmm.
And you see them like waving their hands, trying to get your attention specifically, like trying to do
Oh.
it discreetly, but also being like, "Hey, look at me."
Okay. Is it who I
Oh,
think
and-
it is?
It's probably who you think it is, seeing as everyone else is at this table.
Who is it?
It's the magician thief.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell that they've been overhearing the conversation, and they put up one finger.
Doctor Strange much?
Well, not like a one not like a one scenario,
No,
Is it-
but
almost like the first one.
yeah.
Is it a finger as like shush or a finger? What is it?
It's
No,
a finger,
as in, I just laid
or
out
as
two
in-
options, and like the magician thief has overheard Kyle being like, or Kyle thinking basically, well, we have these two options, and like kind of discussing it with Rose, and the magician thief is going, option 1, think option 1.
Oh.
so I leave it to you, Rose. What do you do with that? Kyle, you can choose, but you don't have this information.
Yeah. What was
Um,
option 1? That the magician thief was trying to tell Rose.
Option one is go to Tenebris eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, my
I leave it to you because you're not a big fan of the magician thief, which is actually I like the fact that you're the one that won because
my
you might
chaotic
not listen.
my chaotic answer is that the moment I see the magician thief, I break into a sprint and try to tackle them to the ground.
Is that what you want to do? I will let
Yeah.
you do that. I mean, they're a distance away. It's not like they're next to the pavilion. They're like,
Well,
It's 500
I shout hey, and then I start running that direction.
so you guys, as you're contemplating this, Rose gets up and rushes the door.
Kyle's
Rose-
like looking over in that direction, puzzled, just like, what's going on? What?
Rose, give me an athletics check. Kyle, give me a. Actually, I'll base it off of this.
I got a 12.
12. Oh wait, no, I need to roll with advantage here.
Did y'all tie?
No, I didn't. I got a nat 20. Finally, the dice are
Wow. Okay.
And so, Rose, as you rush over, the magician thief kind of looks at you like, really? I thought we'd been through this. Snap, disappears.
Really?
It's like I think the magician thief is like, come on, I thought we went through our troubles. No? Okay, fine. Maybe later.
I mean, I still like do the tackling motion, but I probably don't tackle anybody.
I think you just get air and then just
slide on the
You
ground,
have successfully tackled grass.
basically.
and I just get up and I'm like, ah.
Kyle is looking over, very puzzled, and like looking around the table to see if anyone else see if anyone at the table isn't confused and has an idea what's going on.
Everyone else seems to be confused. Everyone at the table is looking at Adam. What is
Rose, are you okay?
Well, I guess our new friend was here, but I don't think they're our friend.
Our new friend?
Who exactly are you talking about? Adam just raises an eyebrow like, huh?
Kyle's also looking over a little confused. Is just like, who is what?
The keys, Kyle.
Kyle's face morphs from confusion to questioning, for going from like, what are you talking about, to why is this important?
Whoever this new recruit is also using the name the Magician Thief.
Well, cards laid on the table. All right. A few folks recognize that name.
Most everyone would.
No, that's an important detail, maybe. Adam looks like, yes, that makes sense. Mrs. Quagmire recognizes it. Pearl recognizes it. Aaron does not. Isaac does not. Who else is here? Am I missing anyone?
The Magician Thief
Isaac
has
and
been
Pearl.
masquerading on the West Coast as this dark hero, and on
Rose is
the
here.
East Coast
Kyle's
as
here.
a Magician Thief.
Here, there. Sandoran recognizes it. Yeah, so Aaron and Isaac do not recognize this. But everyone else seems to recognize the name.
Kyle's eyes are narrowed, and he's kind of looking at her. Rose is just, Kyle's eyes are conveying the "you sure" sentiment. They're just like, really?
They were just here, and they heard everything.
I'm not sure I quite understand. How would they get in?
Aaron,
Yeah?
what did
How
you
would they-
just tell us?
Well, but you still, like, for example, Kyle, let's use you as an example. How did you first get in here? First time you ever came.
Kyle points over at Mrs. Quagmire, saying, "Yeah, well, my teacher let me in."
Right. Teacher let you in. Somebody inside the recruits let you in. Because you need to draw the symbol thingy thing, right? Mrs. Quagmire, right?
Yep, that's right. Could you teach yourself the symbol?
If you can ask yourself the question.
But the symbol itself
That's
is an
the harder
language,
step.
Exactly.
No, I think some people are on your side. Some people are hesitant. Some people don't think this is the right answer. Unsurprising.
Kyle's in the latter camp. Kyle's just like, I think Kyle like speaks up for the first time on this. So just like, Rose, we could talk about this later, but I think you might be jumping to some wrong conclusions here.
Either way, the Magician Thief has been able to get in here.
With this,
whether
I think
they're
everyone
a recruit or not.
confirms this, or confirms their understanding and the fact that this is a fact now.
Well, yeah, Kyle nods as if to say, "Yeah, no, of course."
This magician thief is intriguing. I will say this: Wishcash has not said a word since the magician thief showed up. Everyone else has been muttering like, "Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a terrible idea. This is the smartest thing I've ever seen. This is the dumbest thing." Yeah, blah blah.
The magician thief stole Wishcash.
Yeah, the rock horn ain't here. It's a leverage.
No, the rock horn is here. Wishcash is not. The storyteller is gone.
Storyteller, were they just here?
Sorry? The what you call them, the magician thief? I believe so.
Yeah. Since you can sense where recruits are, right?
Yes, but that would not help me much because
You can sense that we're here.
I can sense that when the magician thief was here, I could sense that there was a recruit in this room. The problem is, I still sense that now. I cannot sense how many. I can only sense whether they are.
That's unhelpful. Regardless, I don't know. I don't
It is
think
an
there's.
interesting theory.
I don't think there's any more discussion to be had here. I don't know.
Yeah,
You still have to decide where you're going. That's the big thing that came from us.
At this, Kyle just kind of stands up and just says, "All right, well, unless anyone else has anything else to bring up, this has been an eventful meeting. Aaron, keep going with your keep going with your hunt, and if you need help, let us know. But otherwise, we have some leads in Snowdrift City that we want to follow."
Rose, do you agree?
Kyle looks around the table and out near the door at Rose, just looking for anyone. If anyone else wants to bring anything else up, if anyone has any objections, Kyle's like, all right. Kyle's like, this meeting has gotten out of hand. Adam isn't doing squat today. I'm taking this meeting in my own hands, and I'm bringing this thing. I'm bringing this ship home.
Rose, you're the only one that knows what the magician thief told you, and we've just confirmed not to do that. Are you agreeing?
What?
Or?
Wait, what did the magician thief tell me?
So the magician thief with the finger up was like, go to Tenebris.
Oh.
Kyle has determined we'd like to go to Snowdrift, which is not in Tenebris.
Did I?
I don't
Did
know.
I
It's up to you if you
understand
want to. You're the only one that did get that. You would have gotten that, yeah, with your success.
Rose knows that the magician thief was indicating, hey, do the first thing. The first thing being join Aaron and go into Tenebris.
Here's the thing. I want to beat up the magician thief, but I also don't want to follow what the magician thief wants us to do.
I leave it up to you. Kyle has
yeah.
determined not to. Kyle's saying go to Snowdrift, which would be not the magician thief thing.
Well, yeah, because Kyle's very intrigued by thought of there's a recruit out there doing things that needs to be brought into the fold. But Kyle's also like, we have leads to follow. And we were already going to follow those leads. Let's follow those leads.
I guess Rose will just look at Aaron then and say, just be careful. They might not be who you think they are.
All right. You guys have planned officially. Snowdrift is the way you'll be going. And with that, everybody sort of pops out of their version of the dream.
Kyle puts the Aquabotica back in his room before he pops out. So now all the items we have, minus the rock horn, well, just to confirm, they are all sitting there, right?
They are all, yes, they are all there.
And the four of those 4 items, right? And the red key is also there because the magician thief gave it back and is letting Kyle hold on to it.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So those 5 things are sitting in Kyle's room, and the rock horn's over in the Mew room. All right. That's all accounted for. Kyle pops back out onto the boat.
Before you do, the one final thing. You got the 4 items, you've got the red key, and of course the last thing on your shelf, the shell of Manaphy's egg. And with that, we will end this episode.
Oh.
How did that get there?
That was been there the whole time. That's been there the whole time.
That what?
That's been there since since Manaphy hatched, effectively.
I didn't. What? No, this is the first time we've mentioned it.
I've referenced it like 5 times.
And jumping up and down on your bed is another Manaphy.
Yeah, there's a second Manaphy that's like, yo, what up, Pops?
This one can talk.
No, that's it the whole time. Anyway, that is the end of the season. We did it. It only took slightly longer than I thought it would. Is there a post-game episode? No. Guess what? We're going to do the Q&A, and that'll be our post-game episode because time.
Yeah. No. I mean, also, there was a part of me that was like, do we even want to do a post-game episode for the end of the arc, or do we just want to save thoughts for the Q&A?
Yeah, we can do that. Let's let this marinate in ourselves. So check out the Q&A on the date inserted in the midsection. Maybe. I actually don't know. Neither does me doing the midsection.
Ask us questions.
Ask us questions. Look, at this point, if you're listening to this, the Q&A is coming soon. It probably is announced by now, so I don't know when it is, but I do know we want questions. And you can throw that in the Discord.
It'll probably be in the new year. It'll
Probably.
most likely be in the new year.
We hesitantly say it'll be in the new year.
Well, well, it's more of I doubt it'll be in 2023.
Right.
It'll be in 2022.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. Shout out to everybody that's been listening to the show for the entire time. Arc 6 is officially concluded. Thank you both, Mohammed. Thank you all the time because you've been here from the start. Daisy, you've completed an arc. Congratulations.
Whoa.
A full season. How does it feel to know that officially you are no longer a rookie? You're a vet. The way that I edit, I'm not sure all of that's going to be caught. So there might be a certain point where it just stops talking.
Yay.
Yes, perfect. Thank you everyone for listening, watching, and supporting in any way, shape, or form that you do. Arc 6 is in the book. Arc 7 starts off, and we're going to another state. We've been to most. We've not been to all. And in fact, actually, fun fact, the 2 states that you haven't been to were the 2 options here, which is fun.
This is true.
And you guys chose the Ave one. So get ready to see more snow. Get ready to see ice types. Get ready to see all sorts of fun things. Some characters that are returning. Some characters that will never appear again. But of course, you're on the boat right now, which means at the very least, Piplup's coming back for Arc 7, Episode 1, which is, of course, what everybody wants.
It's
At minimum.
Piplup's the recruit. I knew it.
Thank you, everyone, for listening, watching, and supporting in any way, shape, or form that you do. I have been your PM, your DM, your GM, Anirudh himself.
I've been Muhammad playing Kyle.
I've been Daisy. Oh yeah, Rose too. That stuff.
That's the thing, yeah. And because it's the end of the season, we should do this properly. Until next time, take care.